Alright, welcome back to Power Simulator 2. Back to the theatre, it seems. Theatre sets this time. Not the whole thing, just the... I guess it's this Jeff thing that they were talking about. Last time was the premiere for the latest musical Jeff. Yes, there we go. An expose on all the shady shenanigans our mayor's gotten up to. And it seems some folks aren't fans of the truth. It all kicked off. Frankly, I'm not surprised. Mowick's gonna flip the lid so far so far off this thing, astronauts are going to be saying, hey, where'd that lid come from? Lovely. But there's no stopping us. We're running again tonight. With your help, of course. Okay, so we've got to clean it up so they can go again. Reset. Reset, everyone. Hello, cats. Ulysses. Bubbles. Where's Squeaker gone? Where's your brother/sister hiding? Who knows? Right, so yeah, we don't have to do anything rest. Oh, there's the other one. Okay. Let's pet them all. Just get that out of the way. It's not a huge set, just going to be a little bit kind of annoying, I think. Let's start from the back and work our way up, I think. Let's see how tough this is as well. We can stand on these little set pieces, which is good. So we get a little bit closer to the action. Don't need to do the ceiling more than anything. Would be nice to have a scissor lift, but I didn't see one. Just got a normal ladder. We may reluctantly have to use. Due to the punch. Hello. Just realised you're going to be getting as sneaky as you work. No letting anything slip you here. Hey, professional courtesy. NDA. Maybe I should give you a brief outline. Stop you getting the wrong idea. Feel free to ignore, of course. Oh, I always feel free to ignore. Don't you worry. Okay, so we managed to do basically halfway, which is good. The curtains along the side might be annoying as well. So this is the desert set backdrop, it seems. Okay, yeah, this whole bit here. It does let me reach the top. That's good. Oh, easy. Okay, never mind then. So why do we even have more expensive washers? Honestly, it's... Oh, good. It's what it feels like sometimes with this challenge run. That I'm only about, I don't know, 3 maps from the end now, I think. I feel I lost count. We did like 4 last stream because there was so many shorter ones. Just threw a couple of random little jobs in there, which could really have spaced things out earlier. Just saying. We had a run of like 3,000, 2,000 jobs. Now we've just got a run of little ones again. But I believe there's only like 3 jobs left or something. Actually, I was looking at the display case. It looked like maybe it was more like 5. Don't know. Either way, point is we're nearly finished. And I'm still using the basic urban that you start with. No further extensions other than the short that they give you. Occasionally abusing the soap mechanic because they give you that right out the gate. But largely just going with the washer and, yeah, just the short extension. The fact they give you the short extension is great. If they didn't give the short extension, then this would be a basic washer instead, and I would have been buying other extensions probably. Or not, I don't know. It depends if there was any map where I really had to, because, yeah, I do make use of the extension. Do I absolutely have to? I'm not sure. I could probably use a ladder to get closer. It would be a lot more tedious, though. So I'm really glad they did give us this option. If you want an exercise in true tedium, you'd have to look at my basic washer challenge from the first game, because there you do have to buy soap and yeah, I think they don't even give you the soap nozzle. and even if you do have the nozzle, you don't have the actual soap to go into it automatically. You had to buy it specifically for different surfaces and stuff. Which, honestly, I didn't mind that aspect of it. It's just I was not allowing myself to use it. But that meant that there were some levels that were just a super slog. The subway, the boat, the final level. There's some 10-parters in there. But even that was, like, doable. Doable, but not practical. This one, it doesn't even feel that impractical. Especially with the soap. Like, the fact that they made the soap so game-breaking. If you do it as a no-soap run, it would be exactly the same, it would just take longer to do whichever levels I used it on. The motel initially, because that's where I discovered the effect of it. The dump truck. Some parts of the mall with the just any rubbish graffiti that isn't like intelligently placed. If it's just a repeating texture paint map, then I just use the soap on it. Nice. The floor is sectioned up by the tracks as well, so that's good. Means we can just do section by section. It would be nice in some ways if they actually had the sectioning labelled, whichever part, so desert stage floor or something like that. I mean, that's not part of the stage floor obviously, but we've got 4 sections to get through. It would be nice to have it actually delineated so we knew which floor that we had cleaned. It's just a case of if you miss a bit, then it's nice to be able to go back and go, okay, that group is not complete. That means I've missed something in that group. Oh, here we go. So scene 1, the Malka-Atu Desert and the site of the Muckingham Merman. We open with a full chorus line as the bear's cronies toil against the oppressive heat to carve out the gems with their pickaxes. Brilliant. Sounds good so far. Close out with a throaty baritone solo from Clem Bass, playing the mayor as he addresses the baying crowd and assures them that justice will be swift. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, and here's his blip to make off with the jewels, presumably. Oh, that seems accurate to me, so far, from what I've heard. I sound like I'm sort of complaining about the fact that I haven't had to upgrade. And I guess I kind of am from just a game design perspective. That it feels like there should be more than just a desire to do things slightly quicker in getting the upgrades. But I am also glad that this challenge has not turned out to be nearly as arduous as I thought it might have been. That it would have been if it wasn't for the soap mechanic, or giving me the extension. Why is the prop not done? Because I don't think the net prop is different to the airship itself. Oh, something from like the edges perhaps? Okay, well that's that one. It's not the top, is it? Because I don't know how I'm supposed to reach the top of the airship. Ah, it's like the tail. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Pink forest. Satisfactory. Honestly, fairly appropriate because the curtains and stuff around here, this feels like a bit of a pink forest. So while I'm nitpicking though, because that's what I do while I clean, it does bug me once again that I like that I'm getting the little rundown of the play that they're doing, giving me a little bit of context on what I'm cleaning. That's all well and good, cool. Are you going to tell me why it's so filthy like this? How have we got splatter all the way back here? Seems a bit odd. Are the crowds so pro-mayor that they were protesting you calling them out? Or were they just getting so into it that they were protesting the actions of the actors, basically? So, throw fruit at the mayor because of, yeah, his behaviour, forgetting that it's a show. Entirely possible. It's like all those things you hear about celebrities getting abused, basically. Let's call it what it is, because of actions their characters take. And even if it's like reality show and stuff, like, let's be real here, reality shows, it's still acting. You're still exaggerating certain elements. You're not really truly acting as yourself. You can't hold that against someone. But they do. There are people who get on their keyboards. And I can only assume that the sort of thing happens at live performances as well. There we go, ding ding, lovely. So that wing will still need to be done from the other side. Good. There's the cactus. That's not what it looks like from this angle, but I'm fairly sure that's meant to be a cactus. In for the doubt. So I'm interested in, like, what would be fun is if I finish cleaning all of this, and then all of the elements like move around and give me another scene to clean as well. Because he's just talking about Act 1 is in the desert with them like stealing the jewels and what have you. It'd be funny if this all just like slid away and new scenes came out. So we could do Act 2 as well. I don't think that's the case, just based on like the percentage and how that's ticking up. We're already at 30%, and we're not even halfway through. Let's do the rest of the ceiling first before I do the floor underneath it. This part of the frame. I need to be careful I don't just get too impatient, just go kind of wishy-washy across things when you do it. Nice slow track across to get a good clean. Especially when it's that far away. It does just generally bother me when people make a mess. I mean, it keeps me in a job in the game, but realistically, you do see things about vandalizing stuff. It's like, why would you do that? Ding, there we go. Yes, sometimes it feels like it's the only way that people can get a message across of sorts, but I feel that the only message you're getting across is that you don't respect someone. Which, that's probably accurate. Like, they're usually doing it to people they don't respect. That is a fair point. But it doesn't generally engender you much sympathy or credence against others. You certainly don't look like the bigger person out of it. Unless it's creative. I guess that would be the difference, is if it's creative. Like speech bubble, brilliant. I think people will generally gel more with creative defacement. I mean, just look at like Banksy's and stuff like that. You know, those are, for better or worse, those are vandalism, because they're not sanctioned murals or anything. It's my understanding. I don't think that they get permission first. Maybe they do. And if so, fair do. But otherwise, it is just tagging, really. But when it's creative, when it's worthy of being considered art, then people all of a sudden fawn over it. People are funny, aren't they? We're funny creatures. Or like the people who will just draw things around potholes, and it then makes them get filled in and cleaned up. Whereas otherwise they'd just be left sitting there for ages. But yeah, just randomly throwing like eggs and stuff at a stage. Not creative, not clever. but thanks for giving me a job, I guess. This is where we find out that we're the bad guy the whole time, just engendering all of this sentiment in order to profit from it. This whole time, I've been the mayor. All those jobs where I'm getting from the mayor, it's actually me just talking to myself. In some Fight Club style situation. Nice, and okay, that frame won't do. Has that one? Yes, good. Ding ding! It's interesting to see this sort of backstage scene. Not done much experience in theatre or anything. Obviously, from in front it looks so much more compact, but then back here, there's actually a lot of room to move around. And there has to be for props and just actors passing each other and stuff. There has to be depth. Just never really think about it in this scale, that's all. Ceiling oh, that's about ceiling frames, not quite done. It is now. Sometimes it almost feels like I'm just looking at something and it's going, oh, whoops, I haven't cleaned myself yet. I haven't dinged. It's just like them dinging in shock. I'm thinking a bit too much into this. Got to get a good angle to get deep into this. There we go. Oh, now we have some dramatic music. That kind of feels appropriate, though. I haven't had another thing at 40%. I expected to. I feel there's more to tell me about this. Is there not? How many acts are there? We've heard about Act 1. You gotta have at least 3, right? So before moving on too much, we've just got to do the other side of the inner parts of the whole framing. Love it when a ding comes together. I think I've been pretty consistent. That's always the personal challenge for me, is being personally consistent so that that's getting a bit too much now, isn't it? It's always extra satisfying when the ding happens when you expect it to, not just having to go back and pick up on things. Nothing worse than a delayed ding. Oh, now we've got the spotlight rail along here. Okay, so that breaks this ceiling section in 2. We're going to have to get in behind this stuff, I think. Otherwise, we're not going to clean in behind where the lights are. Good. Then we'll have to do it from the other side to actually clean the lights. Presumably I'm not going to have to do much on the body of the lights behind. Like on top. No, clearly not, because I just cleaned one. There we go. They are not being very demanding at all. Okay. Also, I feel probably not the sort of thing that you should be pressure washing. Good, that's all of the spotlights, I think. Would have been nice if that was an orange group, just to reassure us that we'd gotten them all. Right, now we're going to have to do the bit in behind them. There we go. Let's get this, that done. Oh, the rack is not done? Yeah, the rail is not done. There we go. Nice. Now, that bit, yep, floor track, cactus. I haven't done the other side of it. More rail, statue props done, good. Oh, I have done the other side of it, but not the sides of it. Excuse me, there we go. Crystal props done, rocks prop is done. I don't know what they do with the movie screen that was here. I guess that got pulled out of the way or slid up, dropped down, who knows. Because I'm sure it was a movie theater before. Hang on, maybe this does change around. Just thinking, because we're about 51%. There's got to be more to it than this. Maybe I was right. Yeah, because it's saying stage floor, main curtain, wing curtain, yet we've only gotten halfway. So yes, there is definitely more to this. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to this thing. That's cool. That also means 2 time lapses, presumably, so even better. It's all in the folds in here. There we go. Good. Now it's just the floor, which we can do from the back here. Try not to stand on our cats, because if we want to be able to watch everything change, that's what's going to happen. There we go. There we go. E, change scene. Scene 2, recreational grounds in Muckingham, where a secret tunnel lays beneath the bandstand. Yes, there is that. Okay, so we gotta initiate it. Ear-piercing solo from soprano Debbie Delivers, who plays the pilot of the mayor's airship, which is to divert to the bandstand after encountering a mysterious dirt cloud. Yes, so far this sounds pretty accurate. Is this how they've decided to fill in the exposition behind the scenes of the maps that we've done? Because if so, that's clever. I like it. Because we do know that there is a hatch under the bandstands. We cleaned it. And the airship was parked at the park, somewhat suspiciously. Don't know what's with the minecart, though. I mean, we know that there's been stuff to do with the mines and everything, but that bit hasn't been mentioned yet. I guess it was like the Act 2 opens with the scene about the airship, but there's obviously more to it. Nice. Oh good, the lantern is a separate thing. And the gnome's up in the projection booth. Brilliant. Which I guess for the purposes of this is probably more like just a spotlight booth. Let's clean the mine rail as well. Or the track rather. Seems I didn't do it very well on this side. Oh, it's the whole thing. It's not just the bit in the middle. And I completely missed the shadow. There we go. Should have been working our way like back to front again, probably. And that'll be why it had me manually do the scene transition, because if you work your way to the back, you want to be at the front to change it all around. But this also does kind of make sense. We're just spraying everything towards the back for us to then come along and clean afterwards. In with the handprints. Handprint on the ladder. In with our hushed quartet. Panic stations as the mayor's cronies smuggle the gems into the secret tunnel under the cloak of dancers while Oscar Me plays a sleepless park warden, scouring the scene with his torchlight. Oscar was far too loud last night. We'll need to rein him in. Brilliant. Okay, now we need to get back on top here. Oh, we can jump on the minecart and then fail to jump. There we go. So is there going to be a set like per location? Now we've got to get over this side again, so I think we go up here and then jump and sprint. Almost overshot. Sprinting while jumping lets you jump further. Just physics. Also looking up while jumping in this game lets you go further. Not so much sure about the physics on that one. Oh, good. Ladder. Okay, so there's going to be another scene change, that's for sure. Lantern. Good, and now finally the park backdrop. Like, how is it so filthy back here as well, like with this scene too? You're just going to need to keep me on retainer after every night of this performance or something? Nice. Change scene. Scene 3, the National Park in Power Falls, where the secret tunnel emerges at a cottage straight out of a storybook. Oh yeah? Okay. Here the music takes menacing turns as a disgruntled stooge reluctantly transfers the gems to a hypercar, borrowed from the mayor's accomplice, Blake Thrust. Yeah, all of this sounds like they've got some insider knowledge. What's with the smiley face? Because that ain't creepy at all. We'll start from the back and work forwards again this time. Which cottage is this? Is this the tea room one or something? No? I can't remember this map. Did we do that? This one? I know there was like a fairy tale cottage sort of thing in the last game. Was that in this one as well? I honestly can't remember. I know there was the tea room. I really don't like the red handprints on the wall, eh? It was Bigfoot the whole time. I mean, the whole thing of like, oh, there's something in the woods, and there was like a thing about the campsite as well. There's like the campsite, there was someone there or something that made them leave, and I wonder if, okay, maybe that's what this was actually meant to be. We just play on people's insecurities about things in the woods to mask the movements of illicit goings on. I was a bit too wishy-washy on some of this stuff, and now it's really hard to find what's still not clean against this backdrop. It's painted. And this is why you do a good job in the first place. There we go. Right, and then we've got a helicopter involved as well, it seems. Should be the one from his limo, presumably. cottage prop. Was there a forest cottage? Guess there must have been, right? I guess it just wasn't that special, so I've now just completely forgotten about it. It's like the salvage house that I remember more clearly, because I've done that one more recently. It is a fun way to build some potential lore in with some of the less connected seeming maps. Heard from our sources, this particular stooge was an absolute colossus with a big bushy beard. But our baritone Greg Valero was clean shaven, so we just stuck him in a Bigfoot costume and a trench coat and asked him to limit his movements. What was I saying about Bigfoot? I appreciate that this one has been cut with the bevels facing this way, so it makes it easier to clean, rather than it being a, like, flat end. It does make it a bit sharper. Good, get the bush done. Is there another one scene after this, maybe? That prop mount is not cleaning. There we go. Good. Guessing by the percentages, maybe one more set after this. Initially a bit put out by it all, but he knew that this wasn't about him and soldiered it through despite the oppressive lighting. Huh? Okay, that seemed like an unnecessary addition, but okay. Sure. Yeah, this cottage and the trapdoor, that reminds me more of a map from the first game instead. So I feel this should have been the campsite instead. Oh, I've got to do the other side of this tree. Okay. Another bush for some reason, I don't know why. Two bushes, in fact. I guess just to add depth to the scene. Add some offcuts. In fact, have I even done this one? No, I haven't even done the back side of this one, okay. Do the bike last. Nothing else because I want to be reassured that I have actually done these. Yeah, there we go. Yep, good. So someone obviously has seen the bike well enough to make a model out of it. So how do they know all of this? Okay, and then final scene. Scene 4, the foothills of Mount Rushless, where far beneath the earth Blake Thrust hides out in his secret man cave. Okay, this is a bit of a bigger set. For me, this scene hinged on whether Tony Welk had the gravitas to play enigmatic man of mystery, Blake Thrust. It's got a channel urina... what's his face? From, Superman. Oh, I can't remember. It's about to say Zack Snyder, but that was the director of some of it. He's not the villain of Superman, well, I guess in a way, but of the previous round. I cannot think of his name. Whatever. I've never been as big a deep sea person anyway. It's gonna be bothering me now. Lex Luthor. That's the one. Lex Luthor. It's just running through the alphabet in my head. Backsides of all of these. Temporal field switch prop. This is where it turns sci-fi, I guess. Only cleaning things from the back first, because you don't actually see them. Are these meant to come in, like, in staggered order or something, though? Because you're not going to see these behind the big central one. It's like a big, was it? Yeah, machine, a prop. You're not going to see any of this behind that. Guess maybe that gets rolled in later as a big reveal. Don't know what sort of machine it's meant to be, with, you know, insert mad scientist machine here sort of thing. Throw enough buzzwords in there to make it sound intimidating. Well, regardless of when we're supposed to see it, we're going to clean them all anyway. Temporal field switch. Why is that hiding in the back? Oh, 90%. He hardly missed a note as he prowled the stage, victorious after finally obtaining the gems and loading them into his prototype time machine. The rogue had gone full rogue. I'll admit this last scene is pure speculation, but whatever Thrust plans to do with these gems, let's hope he never gets them. Are they in the back of my trunk? Like, is that the thing? They've been with me the whole time, like the cat in the first game? Good, okay. Thought that was all part of the same thing until I saw the names. Cool, I think that's that level done. Pacifist inductor prop. For speculation, you've certainly given things very detailed names. Can I stand on these stalagmites here? Good. Get a top angle in here. Do the shoulder of the machine as well. I might just stand on this temporal thing real quick. The shoulder of that, and then at the top of this. Appropriate sounding mood music for the climax of this tale. Inner edges of that. Right, now let's do the fronts of these things now. Let's just, like, insert Tesla coil prop here. Oh, there's another one, okay. Crystalline flux resistor prop. Okay. Now I'm kind of thinking that, is the final map cleaning the evil genius lair and it actually has a machine that looks like this? That would be funny. How accurate is their idle speculation? This looks like an egg. Cool. Cave wall plop. Plop. Cave wall prop. And then we're done. There's no further scene after this one. It seems this is the climax. It's been pretty clever though. 4 different sets rotating through for us to clean. And here was I thinking that that wasn't going to be the case, but that was just because the percentage seemed to be ticking up quite high, but that's because I was cleaning all of the surrounds as well. Like you had to clean the entire stage area first. There we go, job complete. New job available. Peace Flush, can you get yourself back to the motel? Got a bit of a weird one for you. I'm also standing on the cat, so it's probably not good. Okay, it's a truck. Is it like Optimus Prime? We've got a big rig now, it seems. Yeah, this is going to be fun. We get to watch the show. Unfortunately, as soon as we finish, it's just going to disappear really quickly. And it'll just zip through the scenes really fast too. Yeah, I really wish it stuck around a bit longer. Incredible work. We've just had another amazing night and the set looked popping. We might have to get a stand-in for Greg though. I don't think you can do 3 shows a day in that get-up. Get yourself a new Bigfoot. Alright, let's head back to home base first and check furniture. I didn't notice whether or not there was a new thing unlocked here. Catalogue. Yes, Gothic lamp. 100. We still have 667 left, so we're actually going to end up with quite a surplus, I think. Do we have any more? Oh, we've got a lot of van skins. There's the pink one that we saw teased. It's like it kind of shows you here. You can see there's a pink one there. I might just buy that, to be honest, because I do prefer that. We've got this one. No, this one equipped at the moment, I think. I prefer the pink one. Change van styling. Yeah, we're currently retro. Let's go pink racing stripe instead. Nice.